And if they don't, there they are. Okay, so I think I got everybody. All right. So, how is everyone's day been? Hi, Jen. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Jess. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Um, Tired but blessed. I hear you, girl. I'm tired too, but I'm here. And we're going to knock this out tonight. We're going to answer these questions because I know I gained some followers since I was here last. And I want you all to ask your questions. If you have questions, please put them in the Q&A box. Uh, wow. Okay, so TikTok has changed again. I don't see my Q&A box. I see an interact box. But ask your questions, put them in the chat or put them in the Q&A box. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm better known across all social media as Ask the Nanny. I am a newborn care specialist. I am a content creator for new parents, and I am a full-time professional nanny. I also own a company called This Jam Good. Now, this jam is not your grandma's jam. This is exotic fruit jam. I'm talking about, you know, horned melon, blood orange, um, what else? Passion fruit, mangoes, jackfruit, all those exotic fruits that nobody is like using in jams that I know of. I don't like plain, so I have to be, extra. So I go to extra mile to find fruit for my jams. Hello, Angela Reed. How are you? And my company, This Jam Good, is coming out with a subscription box. Our first subscription box will be out on April the 1st. It is called the Summer Hot Box. Yes, and it has the jam, the name of the flavor of the jam that's going to be in the box is called Calypso. So now on to my baby questions. If you have a question, hello, Martin Mom Life, how are you? Thank you for joining me. So if you have, Denise said you going through menopause, huh? I'm not sure. Hold on. Do you have ice for pears? Okay. Those are questions I've already answered. Okay. So, um, I have to get my hands on those. Yes, you do need to get your hands on those, Jen. Um, I don't know if you all have seen it yet, but some of you may have seen it, some of you may not have seen it. There's a video that I put out this week, I think it was Monday, about how to uh, hold on, hold on just a second, y'all. I got someone that I need to. There you go. Okay, so I'm not off the clock, but just wanted to say hi. Oh, thank you for joining me and saying hello. I really appreciate it. Hi, Yafit Johnson. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Okay, so I have a video out about a child sitting in a high chair. I got a question about how do you handle a child that's screaming and screaming and screaming until you give them what they want. Now, I'm telling you now that it takes patience, my three words: patience, consistency, and practice. That video, uh, we have been practicing. oh, since she was born. She's 15 months old now. And some days are good. She'll sit there, she'll wait, I'll talk to her. Some days, mm-mm, I want to go now, get me out of here. Why are you making me sit here? So I put my time and into training her to be an independent child. And in putting that time in to make her an independent child, I have to teach her how to be patient, how to wait, because there are a lot of single moms out there who have to cook, who have to clean, who have to do all this and be a mom at the same time. And sometimes some of those things need to get done while your child is awake. Okay, Jen, I will get to your question in just a second. Um, when I am with children, I talk to them. I let them know. I do what is called forecasting. Okay, I'm washing dishes right now. And as soon as we get through washing dishes, we'll go play with the bubbles. We'll go outside. We'll go do whatever it is that she wanted to do before we sat down for lunch. Now, I'm almost done. I have two more bottles to wash and I have one more spoon. And I just tell her what I am doing and talk to her calmly, because me getting upset because she's upset, she's gonna feed off of me being upset. If I was like, okay, I'm almost done, hurry up, can you quiet down? There's no need to be crying. What would you like somebody to tell you? Would you like somebody to tell you if you're upset? Why you crying? Ain't no need for you to be crying. You have your feelings. You have the feeling inside of you. And if you're upset and you want to cry, you don't want to hear nobody telling you, oh, that's nonsense. Why are you crying? You don't want to hear that. Yes, it's called energy. You do not want to hear that your feelings are not validated, that what you're doing is nonsense. Those are your feelings. Your child has feelings too, but they don't have the words to say, I'm upset because you're taking too long, or I'm upset because I want to do it now and not 5 minutes from now. They are trying to tell you and communicate with you, I'm ready to go now, but you're not ready to go. So I talk calmly to her and we practice on waiting. Now, I try not to do things that's going to take me more than 5 or 6 minutes to do, because I know a toddler's attention span is like this. And to get them to wait a little longer is a miracle. So when I put her in, it was right after lunch. I had her in a chair. She was finishing up her lunch. And when she got mad, she just went like this. And just everything that was on her tray just went flying everywhere. And yes, it upset me. Honestly, it upset me. And I had to catch myself. I was like, okay, breathe, Angela, because I know she wants it and she's feeling it. And she's pushing my buttons at the same time because she knows that if I cry long enough and loud enough with certain people in her family, they'll come running. She knows that I'm not going to come running. And she's trying to get me to come running. So I doubled down and like, before that video started, y'all didn't see it, but I was in the kitchen like, okay, calm down, breathe. You got this. All right, 5 minutes. You can do this. Just 5 minutes. Wash the dishes, go get her, move on to the next thing. And that's what I did. So before you get upset and go there with the child, breathe, gather your thoughts, gather yourself, because you being upset on top of them being upset, just everybody's upset, and the energy in the room is just wired, and it's hard to calm down even after you get them out of the chair, out of the playpen or the play yard or wherever you have them. it's even harder because both of y'all are up here at 10. Somebody's got to be around 3 or 4, at least five, the highest is 5. Somebody got to be down here. If the toddler's here, you need to be around here. Okay, hold on just a second. I got somebody trolling uh in my feed, and that is throwing me off. Okay. Anyway, so hello Lucretia, hello Mary, how are you? Um so breathe. My point is breathe. Calm down. You be the one, you be the bigger man. You be the adult. Because sometimes, yes, I want to act just like that toddler and just pitch a fit and like, ah! Yes, I want to do that. Seriously, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. Thank you, Jen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to be that toddler. I want to cry. I want to scream. I want to just, imitate what they're doing. And so is how some people you're like, well, I'm just gonna give them a taste of their own medicine. I'm gonna treat them, show them what they're doing, and this is what it's gonna be. Yeah, sometimes I want to do that. Sometimes I want to do that, but I can't. I have to be that bigger person, and I, excuse me, and being that bigger person, that's what it takes sometimes. So, um, yes, bloody trolls. I got several of them today. I don't know why, but I do. Uh, I guess I'm the chosen one tonight, but we're gonna keep going. So I have a question over here. Angela said, I'm brand new newborn in April. Once she is born, 20 plus years of infant daycare nanny experience. Any tips for a first time night nanny? Will be breastfed, no idea about sleeping arrangements. Okay, so first of all, you need to find your sleeping arrangements. You need a bed. You need to require a bed because it's hazardous to your health if you're sitting in a chair all night long. When you're sitting in a chair, right behind your knees is a major artery, and it blocks the circulation between your heart and your feet. And your feet eventually, if you do that night after night after night, your feet will swell up, and it can cause heart problems. So you do not want your to retain fluid in your ankles because it'll go directly back to your heart, which will lead to heart disease and all that good stuff. Also, I take a blanket and my favorite pillow because, again, you said you don't know what the sleeping arrangements are. So make sure you have your own blanket and your own pillow. I take an extra set of clothes. I take toiletries and all that good stuff. What you don't want to do is use perfumes or lotions on your body. Try to find a something with if with no scent or a very mild scent because some babies and some parents are very sensitive. Also, you need to make sure you have a contract between them. And included in my contract is my requirements that I need a bed, I need access to the internet because a lot of families want you to write on an app. If they have an app, the app is you have to pay for the app, make them pay for the app to add you to the app. If you have to download it and pay for it, then make them pay for your app, or reimburse you for paying for the app. Also, um, a baby being breastfed, check with mom to make sure if she wants you to bring the baby to her or she wants to come to the baby. I like the mom to come to the baby simply because the baby is in their environment, in their cocoon. It's dark, it's set for the baby. taking the baby out of the room into, the dark hallway, or even if it's got night lights, it just disturbs the sleep pattern. And when you're trying to get the baby to sleep, going back and forth, taking the baby back, and then going back and forth between the baby and mama is hard. But that's just my preference. I have had that, to take the baby to the mom, but it's just easier for the mom to come in wherever the baby is, breastfeed, put the baby back down, and leave the baby in their little bubble. That's my preference, but that doesn't always happen. So check with the mom about that. What arrangements she wants to make about breastfeeding in the middle of the night. Also, let's see what else. Make sure you take a charger with you. Talk to the family about the red light, a sound machine, and make sure there are no night lights in the room, or the because sometimes the hatch has like the clock on it. I like to put a piece of tape on the hatch because that light is just enough light for it to disturb the baby's sleep because it's a white light and not a red light. Even though, or you can turn the hatch, depends on where it is. You can turn the hatch around and hide the numbers against the wall. But sometimes it reflects against the wall, depending on how light the wall is. So those are just some beginning pointers. If you want to talk further, Angela, contact me, email me, or DM me. Okay. Um, Forecasting is the best. I always use that. And Jen, advice for a fussy newborn who won't sleep on back or unless in a sling. Um, did you check your baby to make sure that I've never done an overnight shift? What is it like? Have you checked the baby to make sure that the baby does not have gas? That's first of all. Make sure that the baby doesn't have gas. If the baby's squirming on the back and they're going like this, and a lot of times it's gas, and sometimes the baby's tummy is upset when it could be reflux. But if they're very, very newborn, you won't know that until you see patterns form. Also, if they want to be in a sling, it may be a comfort thing and a skin to skin. But if they're in a sling, they're also in a different position than laying flat on their back, which tells me that maybe something wrong with the tummy that's going on. Uh, but I always pick my babies up. If they're squirming, I always pick them up and burp them first because gas bubbles move and they're very uncomfortable, and they don't want to be on their back because it's uncomfortable because a gas bubble is moving. So check that first. uh Let me see. All right, I don't have any messages in my Q&A. Okay, whoops. All right, let me see what I got over here. Oh, I have a lot of messages over here on TikTok. Let me catch up. I'd love to have you as a nanny. I'm in Vegas. Aw, thank you, so Kai. I think that's so Sky. Sorry, I didn't see the other S. I need to hear this today. Oh, thank you, Larissa. Thank you for sharing my video, Kim. I really appreciate it. Is it Kamani? Okay. I'm trying to read this, but I have no I should have put on a dark shirt because it's hard to read this little writing. Let's see. Thank you for following me. Thank you for sharing. Thoughts on okay. You have patience like Job from the Bible. Uh, Sherry, it took it took years to perfect what I do. It took years. I've been doing childcare for more than 40 years. So it took years. And that's why my words are patience, practice, and consistency. Because if you have patience, practice, and consistency, all three of those words work together because it's going to take all of that. And if you are consistent at what you do, if you practice, when you practice, you get better. But you have to have the patience to practice because sometimes what you're practicing is hard. And you have to be patient and give yourself some, extend yourself some grace. You're going to mess up, you're going to fall down, you're going to get back up, and you're going to keep going. But it takes consistency. Consistency, you keep showing up, you keep going, and you keep at it, and you keep moving forward. That's what I do. I keep moving forward, I keep coming at it. Even in my content creation, some days, y'all, I'm like, they didn't like my video. Huh. Yes, I get my toddler hat on and I just be complaining and whining. And then all of a sudden I put something out there. I was like, oh well, here it is. And all of a sudden it's like zoom and it's at 100,000 likes and views. And I'm like, really? Seriously? What did I do special in that video? So it's hit and miss, but I'm consistent and I keep showing up and I keep showing up and I could keep putting information out there because somebody needs it. And if somebody needs it, I'm going to keep providing it. And because a lot of times when I first started doing videos, I take for granted what I know because I've been doing it for so long. And I think, everyone should know. So, yeah. To answer your question, Angela, will a hatch red light? Yes, I like the hatch. I use the hatch. I use the sound machine and the red light, but I like using the customized red light because the regular red light that's on the hatch, if you just hit those little circles, that red light it looks more pink. So I go into the custom colors and I scroll all the way down to the very bottom of that red, and you get a darker, richer red color. So I would suggest you do that. I'll also be a day nanny, morning spent at makeshift nursery in mommy's office building, and afternoons at home. Tips on sleeping habits in two places: pack and play at office and crib at home. Yes, pack and play. You got it. See, you didn't even need my help. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yes, I agree with you, Tay. I totally agree. Thank you, Larissa. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so did you ask me a question, Larissa? I see or call it trying to get her to see us here. Someone joking about a baby choking, like, okay, go off. I don't know why that's a joke to them. I don't either. I have no clue. But I will say this. Um, yeah. I want to ask a question. Hello, Kelly VP. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Great, Jen. I have never done an overnight shift. What is it like? An overnight shift. Um, First of all, talk with the parents first. Have a plan in place as to how you want the baby taken care of. If there are any special needs that need to be, anything needs to be done. When I go in, I talk to the family, see what went on that day, because everything that the baby did during the day affects the nighttime. And if the baby had a hard day during the day, they may have a hard time at night. So I need to know if the baby had gas all day, if the baby was throwing up, if they had reflux, what I need to expect so that I can be on the lookout for the babies reactions or the baby noises, because a lot of babies just they kind of squirm and whine in the middle of the night. So, and that's normal. But if something is wrong with the baby, I pay closer attention to their breathing. I pay closer attention to if I hear like a gurgling noise, because sometimes when they spit up, um, it when they're on their back, it's hard for them to for it to come out of their mouths. So I listen up closely if I know something is going on with the baby. I also get bottles together if the baby is being bottle fed. I make sure I make bottles for overnight. I usually it depends on how old the baby is. If the baby is brand new home, I uh, want the baby fed every 3 hours because they need to gain back their birth weight. So I try not to let the baby go past 3 hours in eating. Um, Also, if mom is breastfeeding, we have a plan whether or not I'm taking the baby to her or she's coming to the baby. So I will set a timer. If mom hasn't come in within 3 hours, I will go tap on her door, and say, okay, it's time to feed the baby, because sometimes mom is exhausted. And uh, so we uh, we have a plan in place. And I try to make sure that I have enough supplies. I check my supplies to make sure I have enough Pampers, I have enough wipes, any diaper rash medicine, any burping cloths, extra clothes, because newborns, they spit up. Um, I make sure I have a comfortable chair, a the boppy pillow, because it makes it easier on my arm to feed the baby, and just make sure that mom's okay. Because if mom's not okay, then nobody's gonna be okay. Because I want to make sure that mom's not going through postpartum depression or anxiety, and I need to call somebody, her contact person. So I check on all of that when I get there, and then I sleep in the baby's room. Wherever the baby is sleeping, that's where I'm sleeping, because I need to figure out the baby's cries. This cry means I need to have my pamper changed. This cry means I'm hungry. This cry means I'm discomforted. That's okay, British Nanny Oz. I appreciate you showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, but yeah, thank you, Robbie, for following me. But yeah, what was I saying? I got a couple of trolls following me and trying to harass me over here on TikTok, but it's gonna be all right because we're gonna keep going. Uh, I know how to, uh, and funny, because I am a nanny, I know how to ignore certain noises, background noises, and pay attention to the important things. So, um, I will be looking for the people who actually have a who actually have questions. Thank you, Jayla. So when should their last nap of the day be for a newborn? Um, I try to because newborns cluster feed, it's hard to put them on a schedule. The main schedule that I have for newborns is that they eat every 3 hours, at least every 3 hours. Sometimes they cluster feed and they want to eat every hour. Sometimes they eat, uh, they'll just eat, and then they stop. Or when they stop, every that third hour, I'm on top of it. Eat, eat. So, the last nap of the day, I usually let them sleep uh, when they go to sleep. I let them sleep. Right around 2 weeks after that 2 week checkup, that's when I try to get them on more of a schedule because they're still cluster feeding, but they're more aware of themselves in the world. So I try to get them on an up down schedule, and I tell moms and dads, let them sleep for an hour and a half, wake them up. And most people look at me like, why are you waking up a sleeping baby? Because sleep begets sleep. And if they sleep all day long, then they won't want to sleep overnight. There's a circadian rhythm in baby. There's a circadian rhythm, but babies are not born with it. You have to train that circadian rhythm with the environment. I put out a video this past Sunday, about the circadian rhythm. Take your baby outside during the day. Let them get used to the light, the sunlight. It's good for their skin, it's good vitamin D, but they need to know, okay, it's daytime. I'm supposed to be awake. It's daytime. I'm supposed to be awake. And when they go to bed at night or when they go down for nap, have it dark in the room. Okay, it's time for sleeping. So they know daylight, awake. And if it's dark, I'm supposed to be asleep. So at that 2 week period, I do 90 minutes down. I try to wake them up every 90 minutes. I don't expect them to stay up for 90 minutes, but I try to wake them up every 90 minutes to have tummy time. It's important that they do tummy time because that helps with the gas. It helps with the strengthening of their neck. It helps with the coordination of their heads. When they bopping their heads up and down, put them on their tummies. Let them strengthen their arms, because when they start rolling over, they need their arms and their head to be strong so that when they roll over in the middle of the night and you don't catch it, that they can push themselves up and turn their heads over from side to side so that they're not like this in the mattress. Because if they're like this in the mattress and their heads are not strong, they can't turn their heads from side to side. They can't lift their head up. Uh, it's like this much room between them and the mattress, and they keep going like this. Was if you practice, they can lift their heads up. They can push up on their arms, lift their heads up in order to turn their head from side to side. So when you start working with them, your baby on tummy time, side to side. Once you get your child into that 90-minute pattern of waking up, I like to put them to bed no later than 9 o'clock at night. So your newborn has a nap every 90 minutes. Don't let them sleep more than 90 minutes. But overnight, when you get ready to let them sleep through the night, let them sleep at least, if they will sleep to that 3 hour period when they need to eat again, let them sleep to that 3 hour period. But I like to put them to bed around 8. So that last 90-minute cycle, I'm giving a bath. I am reading a book. I'm rubbing them down. I create a bedtime routine. So it triggers the brain. It's time to go to sleep for the night. So whatever your bedtime is, say it's 8 o'clock. Start around 6:30, playing the quiet music, rubbing their feet, trying to get them to wake up. Now they may not stay up the whole time, but give them a bath, rub them down, give them a baby massage, put them in their little sleep clothes, and then put them down and let them sleep at least until that 30 minutes. So I would start around 6:30. If you want your child's bedtime to be 8 o'clock, I would start around 6:30, preparing everything, then go get your baby. Make sure you have everything in place so you won't be leaving your baby alone. Okay. Get everything, the towel, the soap, uh the bathrobe, the pamper, the sleeper, the sleep sack, all of that, the swaddle, all of that. Have your pamper ready. If you're breastfeeding, uh, if you're not breastfeeding, have the bottle ready. um, Once you start massaging them, I like to put it in the bottle warmer. So once I finish massaging them and put their sleep clothes on, they're ready to eat. I don't put that sleep sack on yet, simply because when I burp them, they may spit up, and I have to take all that stuff off and put new clothes on. So I wait until I burp them, make sure they're good, and we don't have any more spit ups. Then I put them in their sleep sack or their swaddle, and I put them down. So give yourself an hour and a half out from the time that you want your child bedtime to be. And I said all of that so you can get an idea as to why I said that. I could have just said, oh, an hour and a half, but you wouldn't know why. So that's why I explain all of that so that you can go in order, create your own pattern, your own routine that works for you and your family. Hi, China. Hi, Fallon. Uh, Nicholas, how are you? So you can create that time for yourself, what works for you and your family. And if husband, boyfriend, fiance, partner, whoever is going to be there helping you, you all need to come together and the same, stay as close as possible to the pattern so it triggers the brain every time. Because sometimes when you change up that pattern, they're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, well, we didn't do this, so not we didn't do that, so it must not be time to go to sleep. It's time to stay up all night. It triggers that brain triggers. Children learn from repetition, and uh, it's good to have the same bedtime routine. When I go, I ask parents, "What time do you want your child to go to sleep? What is their bedtime routine? What do you do the bath first? Do you give me a list of how you do it? That way, I want them while you're gone, I want them to have as much stability and much routine as possible. Stick to the routine so their triggers will go off and we won't have a crying baby at night. We'll have a baby that's, oh, we're on the routine. Let's go to sleep. And they go right to sleep. So that is, again, that's why I explained it. Angela, I recommend the Love to Dream swaddle. Um, unless you're using, I also like, I can't think of the brand name of these soft blankets that stretchy, but it's so much fabric to them if you have such a tiny baby. But I like the Love to Dream. They come in newborns and preemies, and their arms are up. Um, a lot of NCSs like the swaddle with the arms down, because they, that Morrow Startle effect. But I like the Love to Dream. I swaddle them up until they're about a month old. And that's about the time when they become big enough to go into the arms up. And when I put them in that arms up, I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's the swaddle that I would recommend. We are always We always do humidifier and sound machine too. What do you think of white noise? I love white noise, but I like brown noise better. Um, the brown noise, the frequency of the white noise, it in my studies, and when I say my studies, the children that I have worked with, the white noise, it doesn't bother the little girls. it bothers the little boys. The frequency of the white noise, most of the white noise, it just depends because there are apps on the phones. There's all kinds of white noise, all kinds of machines that play white noise. I put it like that. But sometimes the frequency in the white noise bothers the little boys that I work with. And because I work with so many twins and so many girl boy twins, I use the brown noise because the brown noise doesn't bother the little boys, and the little girls are fine with it. So I like to use the brown noise instead of the white noise. And if you have a machine that has, or an app, there's an app called White Noise, and you can listen to the difference between the frequency of the white noise and the brown noise. And even my ears are sensitive to the white noise. And I've been doing this for years, using sound machines for years, but my ears are sensitive to the white noise. And I like the brown noise better. Of course, I'm a boy mom, so that might have something to do with it because we use the brown noise most of the time. So, hi, Doris. Thank you for joining me. Let me see if I have any more questions up here. Yes, Melissa, start way earlier than you think because there's always something that kind of distracts you, or somebody calls you, or you're like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. It's time for the baby, to go down. So, yeah, start way earlier than what you think you should. Getting everything together. And then uh, once you got stuff together, then bring the baby into the mix. Okay. Thank you for for following me. Is it Dave's Loon? Okay. I'm trying to read this tiny writing. Oh yeah. If you want to put a bonnet on, um, or a hat on, it just depends on the hat. Be careful with the hat, the size of the hat, because sometimes if baby moves their head, the hat starts out up here, baby starts moving and squiggling, and the hat keeps coming down and keep coming down. And it just depends. The hat shifts from the back to the front, and before you know it, that hat will be all the way down here, and the baby can't see anything, and he's steady wiggling, and the hat's still steady wiggling and coming on down. So be careful with the hat. Check the hat throughout the night to make sure that the hat hasn't shifted and hasn't caused the babies to come down in their the hat to shift down into their eyes and over their nose. That's why I say be careful with the size of the hat. Uh, the tight fitting hats work better, but sometimes it's hard to find a tight fitting hat because you may have a tiny baby. So yeah. Larissa says, "Love to Dream is my favorite." Mine too. I love it. I would love to work with that company. All of my families that I work with, we start out with a swaddle, and they're like, "Well, I think they can ready to grow out." I was like, "Oh, let's try this." And so we try it out, and they like it, and I've never had to return one. I always go in buying one, and in hopes that, okay, uh, let's try this one. It's brand new, and we wash it, and they wear it, and mom is impressed. Dad's, oh, I like it. I like it. And I never had to return one. That's just my gift to them. The families that I work with, I give them um, a Love to Dream, the newborn one, so that they can test it out. But I love them, Love to Dream. I'm trying to read these messages. Luckily, my baby just does bath, book, bottle, crib. It takes about an hour. Yes. Um, it just depends on how you as a parent want to do your child. Some days you have time, some days you don't. And not babies don't get baths every day. So if it's not a bath night, keep everything else in line. And just, if you're skipping the bath, because I know some of my parents, they don't bathe their children their babies every night. Because especially here in Austin, we have hard water, and the last thing you want is your baby's skin just, yeah. Even with the water softener, it's still kind of hard. But yeah, most of the babies that they don't get baths every night. It's like a every other night type of deal. So especially in the wintertime, it's like a every other night. Now if it's summertime and y'all went outside and that baby smelled like the great outdoors, we're gonna have a bath before we go to bed today, baby. If you don't want to give them a bath, I will. I'll give them. Just tell me how you do it. I will give them a bath because we're not going to bed smelling like the great outdoors. Y'all been outside and it smell like y'all been at the dog park or wherever y'all been. Nope, 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 nope. We're not doing that. So I will give them a bath. Hello, Soulfully Shar. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Okay, moldy cheese. I'm trying to see. Trying to read your. I'm going from the bottom to the top, so I'm trying to get to the beginning of your message. Yes, it is. My son is all about control. It's frustrating. Yep, yep. He yelled at my at my me for driving the car because he wanted to. How old is your child? Uh Mold cheeses sounds way too familiar. They are so independent and controlling, but still want mom's help. Yes, they still want your help. Oh, welcome, Melissa. Hello, fellow nanny sister. How are you? Yes, I let him pick out his clothes, his food, his toys, but it's not enough control. But I'm glad that you're doing that. Uh, I'm glad that you're letting him pick out his clothes and his food and everything because you're teaching him how to make choices and giving him options to and giving him opportunities to make choices now will help him later and make good choices when he's not around you. So keep giving him, I applaud you. Keep giving him opportunities to make choices. That is so important. I When my kids were little, and I'm dating myself. Walmart used to have these Garanimals. They had like five different shirts that would have the giraffe on them, and five different pair of pants that had the giraffe on them, and so they would match the giraffe with the giraffe, and or the elephant with the elephant, or the gorilla with the gorilla, and they had a choice. They matched up the tags. The animals were on the tags. They matched up the tags, so they got to choose what clothes they wanted to wear. Now, mind you, I was the one who initially chose all the clothes that they were going to wear because I'm the mama, but they got to choose from which clothes that I bought that they wanted to wear. When we had Friday night was they got to choose what dinner we had Friday night because I had more time to cook and do whatever. They got a night to choose what we had for dinner. They got to choose on Saturday morning what they wanted for breakfast. So it was good that they had those choices then because now it the choices that they're making now as adults, they're teaching their children how to make choices. So keep letting your child make choices. it will help them not only now, but in their when they go to school, when they are out and about with their friends when they get older. And if they feel like they are confident in making choices, they will generally make good choices. Now, I'm not going to say that they won't make mistakes, because there will be mistakes. That's all about learning. But they will continue to make good choices. If you let them start choosing now, they will make good choices later because they have practice. There it is again: practice, consistency, and patience. Okay. Hi, Crystal. Thank you for joining me. Meg says, I worked at Disney with one of your babies. Oh, you did? Uh, she's back. Hi, British Nanny Nas. How are you? Okay, so let me see what I missed over here. I always started to, uh-oh. I pulled it up and it pulled 50 messages up, so I gotta go scroll back up. Sorry. You've never heard of brown noise? Yes, there is a brown noise. I have an app on my because sometimes I go to jobs and there is no sound machine. Mom and dad don't specify. I said, "Can I use a sound machine? Sound background noise?" Sure. So I take uh, my uh, iPad with me because it has the app on there for background noise. And as long as, I mean, it's not connected to, as long as it's connected to the Wi-Fi, I can pull it up and play brown noise in the background. There's it's an app called White Noise. That's the actual name of the app, and it's like a purple and white app, the color of the app. But brown noise, they have pink noise, brown noise. I want to say gray noise, purple noise, and another noise. It's about six different noises on there. But they also have sounds of nature. I like the ocean sounds. Um, but most of the time I use just brown noise. Just finished work for the week. Yay. All right, you got off. Oh, that's right, you're ahead of me. Uh Good for you, British Nanny in Oz. Thank you, Larissa. I have twin boy starting in the summer. Oh wow. Twins. I love twins. I've taken care of over 38 sets of twins in my career. And I've been doing this, so it's like a set per year. If I really calculate it, a little less than one set per year, because one year I had three sets of twins, but I was doing part time travel nanny at the time, so I had three sets of twins in one year at the same time, but just different days of the week. How about a schedule for a 3 month old? At 3 months, your child should be on that. Remember that 90-minute schedule I told you? Up for 90 minutes, down for 90 minutes. If your baby wakes up at uh, 7 a.m., your 3 month old should be back down for a nap by 8:30. Within that first hour and a half uh, of waking up, they should be back down by 8:30. You let them sleep from 8:30 to 10, get them up from 10 to 11:30, and then they sleep from 11:30 to 1, get them up, so they should be up and down in a 90-minute period. During their uptime, feed, change their pamper, do tummy time, play, go for a walk, uh, music, whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do with your baby. Read books. That's important. Read books. But you have all of that time, 90 minutes. And if you look on my page, on my through my feed, it was last year, but I have a schedule. Uh, Trying to think that I labeled it. I don't think I labeled it, but there is a it's a black screen and it says 8:57 on the front. It says 8:57, but there's a schedule and it's a 90-minute schedule and it has suggestions on what to do with your baby while they're up and then during nap time. Twin Nannies Rock. Yes, that's right. Twin Nannies Rock. Hi, Lexi. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Can you tell me your page, please? My page on TikTok is the at symbol AT Nanny, at Nanny, which stands for Ask the Nanny, but AT Nanny. What is the brown noise machine? Okay, the brown noise is um, a lot of noise machines have a frequency of brown noise, white noise, different kinds of noise. You have to scroll through the menu to find the brown noise, but you can also download the app. Okay, so my other phone is not charged up, so I can't show you. But there's an app called White Noise, and it is like a purple background with little white lines going through, uh, like the heart monitor machine. The lights, the lines go up and down. Um, but yeah, the app is called White Noise. I got mine from the App Store. I'm sure they have it in the Google Store, but you can find, and it's a free app, and you download it and it also allows you to mix noises. Like I like the trickling rain and the stream. That's a noise that a specific noise that I put together when I want to relax. Then there I put together there's the ocean and I think it's the ocean and babbling brook, and you get to choose if you want more ocean or more babbling brook. Just depends on how you want to balance that out. There are frogs on there. There's nature. There's a thunderstorm. There's wind machine, wind tunnels. There's a fan. There's a dryer, train, the noise of a crowd, traffic. It's like 25 to 30 different noises on there, but you can combine those noises to create your own unique noise. But I like the brown noise, and when I'm especially when I am with little boys, I use the brown noise because the frequency is lower. Uh, I'm about to date myself. Back in the day, when the TV stations went off at a certain time and they played I won't say the Pledge of Allegiance, but not the Pledge of Allegiance. It was Oh Beautiful. Was it Oh Beautiful? Anyway, when it went off, you hear the static in the TV. A lot of that static is white noise. And on some sound machines, you'll see a TV like on the hatch uh, sound machine. There's a like a little TV icon, and it's white noise, but they don't have a brown noise. Now the brown noise is like a low timbre, like the deep sounds of thunder, but it's like a constant sound. Just like the white noise is a constant sound, the brown noise is a constant sound. So, but it's like a deeper timbre than the high frequency of the white noise. It's kind of like turning the volume down and or putting something in slow motion. You know how when you put it in slow motion, it goes from way up here to way down here. That's what the difference between the white noise and the brown noise is. So look it up and you can find the brown noise. Uh, Warning: water white, brown noise can make you want to pee. Water and brown noise make you want to pee. Okay. That was a good laugh, British Nanny Nas. Nanny, I can't find the app. What's the picture of the app? Um, Shoot, I wish I could show you, but I don't have another device. Hold on. but it may take too long. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab my phone and charge it up right quick while I'm talking. Um, because I think I have it in here. Let me grab it. Yeah, I got it right here. Let me plug this in, and hopefully by the time we get done talking, it will be charging though, because it's completely dead right now. Yeah, it's completely dead. It didn't even the little battery. Oh, there's the battery icon. It's completely dead. So once I get some juice on there, um, is it pink? It's kind of a pinkish purple. It kind of looks on purple on mine, but yeah, it's a pinkish purple looking uh icon. But once my phone loads up, I'll get it for you. Let me see. I had twin girls for 5 months. Wow. I still have a set of twin girls. I was their NCS, and they will be 5 in May. Wait a minute, hold on. 2018, 22. Yeah, there'll be 4 in May. Rip Angela's iPad. Rest in peace. It's not dead. I have this is the iPhone 7. I had to go grab it because um I know my iPad is outside in the car in my overnight bag because I take it with me for just in case something happens. Favorite brand of diapers. My favorite brand of diapers. Honestly, I like the Pampers diapers because it they come in different the way the sizing is. A lot of diapers are just kind of square or they come down into like a little V. I like the Pampers brand of diapers because they fit better, because they make them for crawlers. A baby that's crawling and a baby that's walking needs 2 different diapers, and they don't leak as much. I'm going to introduce you all. I'm going to order them. I'm going to introduce you all to something that I use overnight. Um, they look like sanitary pads, but there's a pad that you can put inside the baby's diaper for when they start sleeping overnight, like your toddler. Because I know a lot of toddlers that I work with, they like to drink a lot of milk and water before they go to bed. But uh, I'm going to introduce you all to these pads. I'm going to do a video of the pads because it's extra absorbency inside the diaper. Because sometimes those overnight Pampers, even though they were meant for overnight, sometimes these kids just went right through them. I'm like, what the heck? These are overnights. What do you mean? So I like to use these little pads. They go inside the diaper, uh, and they close up inside the diaper, and they help to absorb the extra moisture. And the kids woke first time I used it, the boy woke up dry. I was like, yes, 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 I found something that worked. I don't have to change the sheets every morning. So yes, I'm going to introduce you all to that. Uh, hello, Mariah Mitchell. How are you? We don't have Pampers in Oz. Can you imagine? Oh no, I love Pampers. They neutralize smell well and they keep that poop in. Yes, they keep the poop in. I like that. I forgot about that. Yes, the Pampers keep the poop in. Now I have used Pampers. I have used Huggies. I've used Honest diapers or Pampers. I've used Huggies. I've used Loves. I've used Parents' Choice. Um, what other Pampers did they have? There was some brown Pampers. I can't remember the name of them, but they were some kind of organic Pampers, but they were brown and they were horrible. I was like, you wasting your money with this. I know you're trying to be all, health conscious and everything, and I appreciate that. And being environmentally safe, and I appreciate that. But they ain't holding nothing. the child peeing right through them because they didn't have the little Pampers have a little flap in them. And I might need to refresh you all on that, but Pampers have this little flap inside of them. Most people don't notice them because when you open a pamper, it looks flat. But once you put the pamper on them, if you reach under their little bottoms and pull out that little, there's a little flap that's right in the crease. Pull that flap out because if your baby is pooping, especially if you have a breastfed baby and they all the time, it will slide right on out of that pamper. But when you pull that little pouch out, the little side catches, and it kind of just wraps around that little tush, and it keeps that poop in there and that wetness in it. Yes, I'm gonna do another video about that one. Uh, but yeah. Oh no, Jen says a 2 hour nap and leaks through the diaper. And I'm like, dude, how much do you have to pay? 2 hour nap and they pee through it. Hi, Raya, how are you? The baby chemist. I learned to love Huggies. Okay. I haven't gotten a blowout in months, and I had one from the baby's antibiotics. I was traumatized. uh, Not me having a blowout. I mean, the baby. Quality, not quantity, where diapers are concerned. Yes, exactly. Got to make sure you pull it out. You have a problem if not. Yes, pull that little flap out. There's a little flap that holds everything in. Uh, my son is now a year old. You helped me with his colic so much. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so glad I was able to help. My little one is 3, and we have the one that tightens. So scary though to think of that. Ooh, yes. What age do you start bonnets? Okay, so there's a difference between a baby hat and a bonnet because I know us African American women, we put a bonnet on our hair and we put a bonnet on our kids' head because who combing hair in the morning when you got to get out the door and go to school and all this, and hair is flying here, 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 and here, and they're ducking and dodging and they don't want you to comb their hair. You know how kids are. So we put a bonnet on their head and tighten it up so that the next morning all you gotta do is take a little brush and brush it in place and we're out the door. So yeah, but I would say it just depends on the maturity of your child too. When you start bonnets, because sometimes kids they just snatch it off and they don't, or they try to chew on it. They pull it down and they try to chew on it. So it depends on the maturity of your child too. Okay, hold on. I have a question. I'm trying to get to your question. Okay, well, I wanted to let me get to the question. Oh, there it is. She won't latch back after feeding. She just moves. Okay. Zach and Dash, 3. Okay, when you say she won't latch back, she just moves. Um, I'm assuming that you're talking about breastfeeding, but I need more information from you. Hold on, let me see if you asked another question, a part of the question, because I'm not sure what you're asking me. Is that the swaddle where their arms are like a starfish and not tucked in straight? Um, the swaddle is their arms are like this. They're up like this. They kind of like it kind of does look like. Now that you mention it, it kind of does look like a starfish. It does look like a starfish. Not, I never thought about it that way, but yeah, it looks like a starfish. Their arms are up like this. So yes. Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining me. Hi, TQ Toes. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Uh, let's see. Thank you. Is it Lucille? Thank you for the hearts. Is that the swallow? Yes, yes. And not tucked in straight. Hold on. Okay, maybe we're talking about a totally different thing. The one I'm talking about is a one piece and it zips, it has a two-way zipper on it. But the kid's arms are up like this. And it has like little ridges on around the little hands so they can self-soothe. That's what I love about it because the little ridges, especially if they're teething, it helps them to self-soothe. uh, Tips for a toddler that won't get ready for preschool easily, even if you try to explain the process. Preschool is tough. That's a tough age, and uh, yeah, I would suggest do you let him pick his own clothes because sometimes, just like with cooking, children will eat more than likely eat what they cook, and if you let him choose his clothes get them out the night before. Let him choose his clothes, socks and shoes. Those are the clothes that he wants to wear. Um, and I also suggest maybe get a chart. And because one of my families did that, she had a chart and she had little pictures, um, and it was Velcro. And he got to switch over the activities. He got to plan out his day, and part of it was getting dressed. And when he put his shirt on, when he put his pants on, and put his shoes on and socks on, he got to switch it all over across the board, and that helped him be independent in getting himself dressed. I would suggest also that you start earlier because kids can be picky and fickle, and even though they picked it out the night before, they get up the next morning. I don't want to wear that no more. That was last night. I don't want to wear that. I don't want to wear that. So I would suggest you give yourself some extra time to give him, even though, and don't tell him you give him he has extra time. Just tell him we need to get dressed and um, have a routine. I'm not sure what type of routine you have, but have a routine. Give him extra time to get dressed. Let me see. I got some answers over here. Uh, for me, I always tell him the fun things we're going to do after preschool, and he usually never throws a fit. There you go. That was Miss Jen answering. British Nanny Oz says use a reward system. She says, I'd use rewards. Um, and Jen says, we have to be out the house at 8:30. You already know we are going, we're getting ready at 6 to give us 2 hours because tantrums. Yes, I always start early because, yes, that reason right there, tantrums. Because if you give them the wrong cup, I didn't want this cup this morning. I wanted the green cup. Hadn't drank out of the green cup in 15, 20 days. But all of a sudden this morning, he wants the green cup and you gave him the wrong cup. And so it's going to be a meltdown because that's not the cup I wanted. So think about it. Extra time, reward system, a chart, starting early, uh, letting him make choices on what he's wearing. And hopefully that will help him go ahead and put his clothes on and get ready to get out the door. So those are some of the I want that cup and points to the dirty cup in the sink. Yep, that will be it. Points to the dirty cup. Yes. Yeah, they always want something that is not accessible to them or is dirty or is something else, you know, just being difficult. And you see it as being difficult, but in their minds, that's the one I want. And because I want that, I'm going to cry and whine and do whatever I can and till you give it to me. And sometimes it's like, just give them the cup. Just give them the cup. Just, dispel the, and give them the cup. Sometimes have to know when to pick your battles. Sometimes you have to know just go with the flow. May not have been what you planned, but go with the flow. Sometimes if you go with the flow and let them have control, if it's just a small minor thing, it's not going to make a difference one way or another, whether he has the green cup or the blue cup, give him the green cup. Give them the green cup. That's not a battle you want to die. That's not a hill you want to die on. That's what my grandma used to say. Girl, that ain't a hill you want to die on. Just do what you got to do. I'm like, okay, grandma. So choose your battles. Choose your battles. Y'all having conversations in the back. Tips for how to drop bottles after 1 year. I'm so nervous to stop giving my baby formula next month. Um, you mean when you say drop bottles, do you mean switching to a sippy cup, or do you mean drop bottles as in not giving the formula? Because you got two different things going on in this one sentence. Because I start early switching from formula to milk, and I do it in a 75-25 for 1 week, 50-50 the next week, and then a 75-25, and then we on 100%, whatever milk they're going to be drinking from then on. Oh my God, I remember those animals. I'm so glad you remember them. Who is that? Moldy cheese. Yes, yes. Uh, I thought I was dating myself. Uh, Hi, Carrie the nanny. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Uh, any tips on how to get the little ones out the door? I have a preschooler. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. She said the preschooler tips for the toddler that won't get ready for preschool easily, even if you explain the process. You have any tips for her? What do you recommend for a baby who gets a bottle before bed but is a year and doesn't drink formula anymore? We are trying to wean him. Does the baby like water? Jen, does the baby like water? Because that's how I break a lot of them. That if they like water, then it's not gonna help you. But if they don't, if they don't like water, then we start the process of weaning them that way with water. I don't mind them having water because it's not going to affect their teeth. But having milk before bedtime, yeah, and then not brushing the teeth, it's going to affect their teeth. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. How do I transfer my paper bottle to sippy cup? Okay, so if you look at the bottle, the brand of bottle that you have, if you look at the bottles, um, most bottles have a sippy cup nipple. That's how we did it. I didn't we did it gradually. We didn't say, okay, here's a sippy cup, the bottle is gone. We did buy several sippy cups, and she will drink out of a sippy cup, but we bought the sippy cup nipple to because she drinks Dr. Brown's bottles. We bought the sippy cup nipples and put them in there first. First, she didn't want it. She was like, but then when she realized it was milk in there, so she's been drinking out of those sippy cup nipples since she was like 8 months old. Um, and she loves them. But now I gotta post that video. Now we have the Dr. Brown's uh, sippy cup. It has handles on it, so I can strap it to the stroller and not lose the water, not lose the sippy cup. But it is a straw. She loves her straw, and when I tell you how much she loves this, that water bottle. If she starts losing it, uh, I can give her that water bottle and she stops. When I tell you she's in full blown, "Ah," and I give her that water bottle, wah, and she sticks it in her mouth and she walks away and she's good. That's why I said just add water. That's my famous saying. Just add water. I give her if I don't have the sippy cup, I run her hands under water. It calms her. Water, water, water. Just add water. But that sippy cup is my temper tantrum tamer right now. And I'm rolling with it. And I'm hoping that it works for the next umpteen years. Yeah. We just bought three new ones because she only had one and it was in the it was in the dishwasher and she started having a fit where all of us started looking for the okay, where's the sippy cup? Where's the sippy cup? Where's the sippy cup? And we remember it was in the dishwasher. We took it out of the dishwasher, hand washed it, put some water and gave it to her. End of tantrum. So yeah. The but look into the sippy cup nipples for your brand of bottle. Most bottles have them. Most brands of bottles have them. Uh, Start there, and once she gets used to that, because the bottle is still the same bottle and it looks familiar, so they are drinking out of the bottle. But if you think about it, a water bottle like this one. I could have this in my hand and she'll want it because she thinks it's a regular bottle because it is the same, it's long and slender like her bottles. So she'll want this. And just so you know, there is a spout that you can buy to go on a regular water bottle that turns it into a sippy cup. I did a video about that last year. So I can't think of what the name of it is, but there is you unscrew this top, you screw the other one on there, put the zip, and it even has like a little cap to keep the nipple clean. So you pop the cap off, give them the water bottle, and they're drinking water, just like a regular water bottle, their regular sippy cup bottle. So yeah, if find that. You can find it in my Amazon store on on Amazon. Just look up Ask the Nanny store on Amazon. You can find that sippy cup and a whole lot of other baby gear that I recommend in there. What do you recommend for a baby who gets a bottle before? Oh, we already did that. I'm moldy cheese. That's my TikTok. Okay, moldy cheese. You trying to fool me? You going back and forth. Not question, but did I miss something? It's about control when they question stressed about a change in their environment. Hold on, let me finish reading this. Not question, but anxiety. Oh, it's about anxiety. Okay, so British Nanny and Oz says it's about control when they when their anxiety and stress about a change in their environment. Okay, so that could be one of the problems with the child not wanting to go to preschool. one of the reasons why they don't want to go. He spits it out. Okay, so instead of the bottle before bed, um, and this is something that my grandmother did when we were little to break us of the bottle. Uh, she would start decreasing the ounces of milk, and when we got to down to 1 ounce, and it was time to let go of the bottle, she wouldn't put milk in there. She put water in there, and then we get mad because if there was no milk in there, we were down to 1 ounce, and then there was no milk. It was water, and we didn't want the water. We got mad, and then we went to sleep. Plain and simple. But it worked. Oh, he gets water throughout the day. Those cups that have the normal cup top, but have to suck it for are super good. Magical water. Yes, magical water. I left toddler's cups in at the play place. He asked for water when we got into the car, and I told him we lost it. He wasn't happy. You need to stop shopping. The preschool and toddler. Okay, thank you, British Nanny Oz. I thought that's what you were talking about. Uh, I was just checking my other comments. Okay, so uh, my son's tantrum are bad. Uh, yeah, I've dealt with. I had a son that used to literally. Uh, he would stand there and he was like, it was like you could just see the steam coming out of his ears and the fire coming out of his nose. He would be so mad. But yeah, we started doing breathing exercises. Uh, and I tell you, taking a deep breath, it just revitalizes the brain, and just it's like recycles all that bad stuff out and puts that good stuff in. Just breathing. Um, Something hit the house today, and it woke baby girl up. She had just been asleep for like 20 minutes. She was just getting to the good sleep, and something hit the house, and I jumped. And then she, all of a sudden, I hear, wow. I said, "Oh man!" And you woke my baby up. So I went in there because she was like shaking when I woke. When I went in there and I picked her up, she was like shaking. So I just kind of over exaggerated deep breaths because the sound machine was on, but because I had her in my arms, I kind of over exaggerated deep breaths, and I made my chest rise and fall, and so she could hear me. And I was like, so that she could hear me breathing and taking deep breaths, but it calmed her down and she went back to sleep. So sometimes you have to over exaggerate those deep breaths, and they pick up on your energy. And when they pick up on your energy, uh, but be careful that you don't hyperventilate, because I got one point I was like, whew, I can't kind of taste this. So I kind of toned it down. But yeah, sometimes it's just breathing with your child and just letting them feel that exchange of air, and it calms them down and helps them to breathe deeper and calms that crying down, and they start breathing and breathing and breathing before you know they're going to sleep. So try that. It has been working for me a whole lot the last few months. Just breathing. It took me 8 years to conceive myself. Oh, I completely agree. It's so important to pick your battles with toddlers. Yes. Hi, please talk about to provide care for babies with separation anxiety. I'm a new nanny. Okay, so Melon, I can't even read your name. Uh, I have a video in my on my page about separation anxiety. But to tell you about separation anxiety, um, I do an exercise that has worked with my little girl, and it takes again time, patience, and consistent. Practice, patience, and consistency. Um, she's very attached to mom, and um, mom was, every time she would cry, she would pick her up, and I was like, okay, I had to sit mom down, and I had to say, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna avoid her anymore. We are going to, because it was like sometimes she would pick her up, sometimes like I gotta go to work, I can't do this. So I would say leave your door open when you are available. That way I'll know that we can walk in, say hello, and then leave. So we started accounting, and I would tell her, okay, we're going to go see mommy. Mommy's going to sit with you and say hello to you. And then we're going to go and we're going to do, go outside or do whatever. I always had an activity planned afterwards to help ease and calm her down. Mom's office is right beside the bathrooms. So when we first started out, we would leave mom's room and go and play in the water. And that would help calm her down. But then as we practiced that, I would say, okay, we're going to go see mom and we're going to say hello. And then we're going to go do this, and whatever. So we would say hello. And then I said, okay, it's time for us to go. I'm going to count to three. And on three, mommy's going to hand you over to me. And so we would count to three. And at first she was like, no, I cannot let go. I'm not letting go. And I would just kind of pry her hands away. I said, okay, we counted to three. Time to say bye-bye to mommy. And she was like, bye, 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 bye. Now, over the last 2 months, she still clings to her mom. But when I go in, I said, okay, we're going to go talk to mommy. We're going to say hello. And when we say hello to mommy, we are going to uh, stay for a few minutes and then we're going to leave because mommy has to work. So we go in, we say hello, and I said, okay, it's time for us to go. Mom gives me that look like, okay, I gotta go. And I'll say, okay, it's time for us to go. Mom's gonna count to three and mom's gonna give you back to me. And I said, now say bye-bye. And she'll say bye-bye. And we walk out the door. I said, okay, now let's go play. And she has a smile on her face, and we walk out the room, and we don't have that crying anymore because we have practice and had patience and did the water play and found other things to do so that we can distract her from that separation anxiety. It's still going to be there, she's still going to want her mom, but it eases the pain when we came up with a routine to do to practice with her. It's not going to be easy at first. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be easy at first, but as you practice, it does get better, and it will get better. But you got to uh, reassure your child she's okay. I got you. We're gonna go play. We got the bubbles. We're going outside. We're gonna do uh, play in the Play-Doh, whatever the case may be. That way, you can be assured that um, when you all practice and practice and practice, it will get better. It will take time. Don't give up. Be consistent. The minute you give up, the clock starts all over again because you have given in to her whims and she gotcha. Now she may not say that, and she may not even it may not even come across to you that way, but that's one of those gotcha moments. It's not obvious, but it sends a message to her that says, okay, if I cry long enough and loud enough, she'll give in. Because toddlers are an advocate for themselves. What I want is what I want, and I'm going to advocate for myself by screaming and hollering till you give me what I want. They are the best advocates. I wish some of us, grown-ups would, be as persistent. about things, some things, as kids are, because they will advocate for themselves. Uh, they want what they want. Thank you. I think it's Melanin. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple more questions, and it is 9:09, and I got to go because I have to work tomorrow. Recommendations for babies with separation anxiety. Okay, I think I did that. Best ways to get rid of the pacifier. There is a kit. Was it Genesis? There is a kit. It's a pacifier kit. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but the pacifier gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until there's no pacifier left. Um, I can't remember what the name of the kit, but look up pacifiers. Shoot. Just type in weaning baby for the pacifier, and the because I think that's how I found it. But it's like a pacifier, and then it's like the little head of the pacifier gets look smaller and smaller and smaller till there's no more pacifier. What's your opinion on sleep training? My opinion on sleep training, I am a sleep trainer. Um, but I don't do cry. I don't like the cried out method. I'm not saying there won't be some crying going on, but not the baby is sitting here crying for an hour and a half because they don't want to go to sleep. No, I don't do that. No. Um, I like to start with sleep conditioning. I made the conditions in the room and the environment conducive to sleep. The sound machine, the blackout curtains, the red light when needed. Don't leave the red light on all night. Just say you do not need that red light on all night. Um, but when if you have to get up and change that pamper, turn on the red light. Otherwise, leave the room dark. Sound machine on. Um, and yeah, but I do that condition first, and then I don't need to train, because if you make the environment conducive to sleep, it helps them to sleep better. But if you're trying to force them to sleep, and no, children thrive off of routines. I make sure that there's a routine in place before I start training. And if it's not a routine in place, we create one so that it triggers the brain. When we do this and this and this in this order, then it's time to go to sleep. I I chimed in at the perfect time dealing with peak toddler over here. Okay. All right, everybody. Let me make sure I don't have anybody over here. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. I have an early shift tomorrow. Bye, Nanny. Talk soon. Thank you, Jen. Hi, Nanny Alicia. Thank you for joining me. Yoso, Yoso Yo Soy Mary. Okay, thank you for joining me. Uh, have a great night, Jen. Hello, Nanny Kim on the go. How are you? Hi, Jesse G21. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so I'm getting ready to get off of here so I can go and get ready for tomorrow because I have to work tomorrow. It's Friday, y'all. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. Y'all do something special for yourself this weekend. I don't care if it's go get some ice cream or whatever you're gonna do. Um, just do something special for yourself this weekend. Okay. Now, I will see you all probably on Sunday, um, after have my conversation with Carrie the nanny. Um, Uh, May is Water Safety Month. So I have commandeered, I should say commandeered, one of my uh, nanny's sisters is uh, she's a lifeguard. She's a swim coach. She's been on the swim team for years, but we're gonna get together and collaborate on some videos about water safety because summertime is coming. Everybody wants to go to the beach. Everybody wants to go to the pool, and even the sand and water tables. We need to learn about those too. So I'm going to have a series of um, water safety videos coming. Also, be on the lookout for episode number 3 on the hitting series. Um, this one is about aggressive behavior that goes beyond. It starts out with hitting and it grows from there. But I'll be putting that out probably first thing tomorrow morning. Did you see my post? I'm not sure. Uh, British Nanny in Oz. I'm not sure. Oh wait, I can DM you for what the apps. Yes, you can. Hold on, hold on. I may have it. Hold on. Let me see if I have it on this phone, and I can show it to you. Thank you. Oh, here it is, right here. This it is pink. This is the app. Can you see it, Jen? This is the app right here. It's called White Noise. Yes, please repeat. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good Lord. I turned this phone. I hadn't been on in a while. But this is the app right here for the white noise. Okay. I don't know if you all can see. I have to turn it this way. But over here is the app. Whoa, oh, I don't want to delete all my apps. Hold on. There we go. This is the app for the white noise. Okay. I don't know if you all can see that, but this is the app for the white noise. So not white noise, the brown noise. This is what the icon looks like for the brown noise. Okay, it's going dark on me. Okay. But this is what it looks like. It's pink, not purple. It's a hot pink, a fuchsia color. But I found it on the App Store. The app is actually called White Noise. But okay, it's loading it up. And I'll show you what I was talking about. Uh can you all see me? Uh okay. You see that? Well, I just opened the app. And these are all okay, hold on. Dismiss. I'm gonna see if I can get to the brown noise. Okay. And I'm gonna show you the difference, hopefully, between the white noise and the brown noise. Okay. This is the white noise. Let me see if I can turn it up. You hear that? That's the white noise sound. Now let me go to the brown noise. You hear that? That's the brown noise. It has a deeper sound. White noise, brown noise. Can you tell the difference between the white noise and the brown noise? I turned this phone on. All of my computer and both my phones are Apples, and this is an old Apple phone. And I turned it on, and everything went haywire across here. Everything paused because this phone hasn't been connected to this network in a while. Anyway, let me turn this off. Did you hear the difference between the white noise and the brown noise? Oh, you are loved and thank you, British Nanny and Oz. Okay, so um, just in case you didn't hear that, that's the app. Let me see if I can come back out of here. Hold on. Okay, come on. Anyway, that was the app. I'm getting ready to go. You all have a great weekend. You can't hear me? Uh-oh. I'm flashing up top. I don't know what that means. Anyway, thank you all. I will see you all on Sunday. You all have a great weekend.